Hey everybody, Denise Mazzola from Everything Dog. Welcome back to our series on aggression. And today I am going to tell you the top 2 things that you can do to help your dog who's exhibiting aggression. Whether your dog has already bitten somebody, whether your dog is growling, lunging, barking, all of the things that, or maybe you're just worried. You just have this gut feeling about your dog. The number 1 thing that you can do is to prevent your dog from practicing the behavior, okay? Sounds simple, simple, not easy. In order to prevent the dog from practicing the behavior, you need to change your behavior. That's why I said the top 2 things. They go together. You're not gonna prevent your dog from practicing if you don't do something different, and you need to do something different. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is not my opinion. This is all based in science. And the reason is that behavior has mass. Like, what is that, right? Okay, so if you think about, let's just take something super simple like the dog that's jumping on everybody. And if you have an 8-year-old dog that has been jumping on people for 8 years, you have a lot of mass on that behavior. It's a strong behavior. The more mass a behavior has, the more resistant it is to extinction, which is a fancy way of saying it's really hard to make it go away, okay? Now, for you visual learners, which I am, I have these rubber band balls. Every rubber band on this rubber band ball is an example of a successful trial of, let's take jumping. So if you have an 8-year-old dog that's been jumping for 8 years, you've had the dog since he or she was a puppy, you're gonna have an enormous amount of mass on that ball, okay? You're gonna have an enormous amount of mass on the behavior of jumping. Can you make it go away? Scientifically speaking, yes. What's the number 1 thing you're gonna have to do to get jumping to go away? Stop it from happening. Crate the dog, put the dog on a leash and step on it when people come in, put the dog outside when people come in, but you've got to stop the jumping. Because every time the dog jumps, you put more mass on that ball, okay? Remember, the bigger the rubber band ball, the bigger the mass on a behavior, the harder it is to make that behavior go away. And that's the same thing for aggression or acting out aggression, right? Lunging, barking, growling, charging at people, charging at other dogs, actually fighting with another dog, whatever it is, as well as jumping on people, running away, whatever the behavior is, the more the dog does it, the better they get at it. So you've got to stop the dog from doing it. And in order to stop the dog from doing it, you must change your behavior. Again, it's simple but not easy. And we're all very wrapped up in our dogs emotionally and how much we love them and we like unconditional love from them. And we get our dogs for that unconditional love. We get our dogs to enrich our lives and bring goodness and funny things and stuff. And a lot of you guys are, I would say, maybe suffering, maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're confused. I hear a lot of things like, I'm not going to give up on her, I'm not going to give up on him. And I'm not asking you to do that. What I'm saying, though, is you've got to stop your dog from practicing all this naughty stuff. The more they practice, the better it becomes, the better the behavior becomes. The more they practice sit, the more you reinforce sit, the stronger sit gets, the more mass you get on sit. The more mass you get on sit, the stronger the behavior is. And at some point, you don't even need to reinforce it anymore because the behavior is so strong, you're not going to lose it if you don't reinforce, okay? Again, all science, not my opinion. The 2 things, I'm going to say it again, that you need to do to help your dog, not to fix them, not to make it completely go away. There's some aggression that's going to be management. There's some aggression that can be helped with medication by a veterinary behaviorist. There's some aggression that could be helped by, if you've got 2 dogs, maybe you've got to rehome one because you've got inner dog fighting. I don't know what the situation. There's all kinds of aggression out there. And I'm seeing it more and more and more. And it's alarming, actually, because whether you're buying a purebred dog, whether you're adopting from a rescue or a shelter, whatever the situation is, I am seeing aggression across the board. And I have no judgment whether you buy a dog. I have a purebred lab. I love him, all right? He's got no issues I wasn't looking for a dog. He fell into my lap and I said yes. I've also fostered many rescue dogs. So there's no judgment on how you get your dog, whether it's a purebred, whether it's a rescue. What I am saying to you is I am seeing this aggression across the board for purebreds, for rescue dogs. It doesn't matter. And again, the two things that you need to do is you need to stop your dog from practicing, put him on a leash, put him in his crate with a bone, put him in a bedroom with a bone or a bully stick or a brain toy. It doesn't have to be a punishment for the dog. Just get him away from your guests that are coming in. Get him away from the other dog for a period of time. Stop walking your dog if your dog is acting out and being reactive on leash and you're feeling embarrassed. Just walk them around the neighborhood, walk them around your backyard, practice training, practice nose work, practice brain toys, all of those things that can provide your dog with enrichment and stimulation that doesn't require you to walk them. Not forever, not forever. Don't have a heart attack. I'm saying these things need to be done for a period of time while you're doing some additional training, while you're teaching impulse control, while you're teaching a come when called, whatever it might be, okay? Stop your dog from practicing the naughty behavior. If you haven't already downloaded the free ebook, Ditch Your Dog's Aggression in 5 Steps, then we're going to post that below, right here, and go ahead and download that. It's not a quick fix. There are no quick fixes. There's no magic out there. Anybody that tells you that, it's not going to happen. So go ahead and download that book, Ditch Your Dog Aggression in 5 Steps. It's all about giving you some tips on management and why. And the number one reason is mass. The more your dog practices, the more rubber bands go on this rubber band ball, the bigger the ball gets, the stronger the behavior becomes, and the harder it is to make it go away. That's the truth for any behavior, whether it's jumping on me or lunging at people, okay? Stop your dog from practicing, change your behavior. You've got to change your behavior before your dog is going to change their behavior. It just is. Even with my dog, when he started to be naughty and steal scarves and things that I left on the back of the chair one winter, I was getting very frustrated and I thought, oh, right, change my behavior. Stop hanging my scarf there. I got him some extra toys and I started to play with him with those toys, right? But the point is I had to change my behavior in order to get my dog to change his behavior. May not be forever, but for now, stop your dog from practicing. Go ahead and download that book. If you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the bell so you get a notification every time we go live. And I look forward to seeing you next week for our next tip.